sorry, my hand's in the way. I gotta set the camera a certain way, or you can't see her, and then you can't see half of me. You can only see, like, my neck and up, so I had to figure out a certain way to make videos. It's so freaking tricky in my room. But, okay, this is my postpartum week 1 video, even though it's Monday. I'll be 1 week postpartum tomorrow, but no biggie, you know, it's like, it's not gonna be much difference in the day, honestly. So, talk about postpartum for me and her. I'll start with her. Now, in my last video, I mentioned, if you haven't watched it, I mentioned that I did not have a good hospital stay. That was because, as a new mom, you know, I don't know anything at all. My baby on the first night Nikita slept 10 hours straight. And I thought that was okay. I didn't know that newborns have to wake up and eat every 2 hours. I didn't know that for breastfeeding, you had to, now that I know that, it makes sense to me, but I didn't know that you had to do that to establish a good milk supply, to establish colostrum, a good colostrum supply, so that she gets her latch down. I didn't know that, you know, and this nurse let her go 10 hours without sleeping and told me it was okay. Nobody said, they said you need to, like, wake her up. Another nurse did say, wake her up and see if she'll eat. But nobody told me how to get the baby awake and get her to eat. She wasn't awake and eating because she had jaundice. She was starting to develop jaundice pretty bad. So it was like a losing battle, because the jaundice made her sleepy, so she couldn't breastfeed. But the more she didn't breastfeed, and the more she didn't, then the jaundice wasn't going away because it wasn't getting flushed out of her system. And nobody was telling me to wake her up and make her eat. They were just like, oh, she won't eat. Okay, that's fine. 5 hours later, wake her up, you know? And I didn't know that, you know, what was going on. I didn't understand why they kept doing jaundice tests on her, and her levels just kept rising and rising. All because these stupid nurses weren't telling me, that I needed to wake her up. And nobody was showing me how to get her awake, you know, to tickle her, and she's got a nail coming off. I need to clip that. Little piece of her fingernail. But nobody was telling me that. So I delivered at Community North. That hospital, it's a beautiful hospital. They have, like, amazing hospital rooms. It's pretty. They show off a pretty picture, but it's like, you know, it's like biting into a rotten apple. Apple looks beautiful on the inside, but you bite into it and it's full of worms, and it's disgusting. Like, it was, it just makes me so mad, because I really liked the idea of breastfeeding. I wanted her to have that, and now I have to give her formula because I'm not making enough milk. I keep trying to pump, and I can't breastfeed now because she can't latch. And the last couple of times I tried before I gave up and just gave her formula, they called from the hospital and said that I needed to start supplementing with formula with a supplemental nursing system, which is for premature infants. And it's like a tube attached to your syringe, and you, like, attach it, you know, to your nipple, and then they suck on both of them, you know, so they're doing both at the same time. It's so complicated and stupid, and I hated it. And, that lasted for about half a day, and then she just wouldn't latch. It was like she knew that she wasn't getting anything out of it. I don't think I was producing enough colostrum to feed her. And, that's again from her not being nursed every 2 hours. If you're gonna breastfeed, they have to eat every 2 to 3 hours, or it's not gonna. Then after 10 hours, your body thinks that, you know, you don't have the baby anymore, so it cuts it off. So, you know, it wasn't completely cut off, but it was on. I think if she went any longer, then I wouldn't have had anything left, because, you know, if a newborn eats every 2 to 3 hours, if they don't eat then that's the breast for 10 hours, then that tells your body that the baby is gone, you know, and it shuts it off. I'm extremely pissed about that. Like, I don't even have any words. Like, the hospital, they're full of a bunch of idiots. There are some very nice nurses, but, yeah. So, after she just would not latch, even when I thought it was because she was getting hysterical. She was hysterical because she was so hungry after about 3 days of barely having anything to eat. And it makes me, like, upset talking about it. Because I felt like it was my fault, you know, like she wasn't, I thought I was doing something wrong, but after everything was explained to me, I mean, you know, nobody come out and said, well, it was the nurse's fault at the hospital, but when you put two and two together, it's like, oh, okay. So, I would get her calm, and she would just, I'd try to get her to latch, you know, and she would just scream her head off. So, I had formula for the supplemental nursing system thing they gave me. I dumped it in a bottle, and I gave it to her, and she sucked it down like that. Like, she was starving. And, from then on, I've been bottle feeding. I do pump, but just because of the problems in the beginning, I can't, my milk didn't come in fast enough. It's still not coming in. I mean, like, my boobs are obviously, like, pretty big. I'm gonna try pumping in a little bit, but I've only been getting half an ounce from both sides, like, combined half an ounce, maybe 3/4 an ounce, if I get lucky, in 1 ounce, and that's obviously not enough to feed her, and I can't breastfeed because, you know, she won't latch. So, what I've been doing is I've been, combo feeding her, which has been, they say, you know, supplement with, formula, but really I've been supplementing with breast milk because I don't have, enough to feed her just that. I only have enough, you know, I give her like I give her like an ounce of, formula and like then half an ounce of breast milk because that's all I have to give her. And I'm probably only going to be doing that for about a couple of weeks because I cannot, I see that pump and I just want to like, I want to throw it in the street and run over it because it is so like annoying to have to sit and pump. I hate it. It doesn't hurt, it's not comfortable, but it's just like, you have to get the parts and you have to put them together and you have to sit there for 20 minutes and barely get anything. And you have to go in and rinse out the parts and wash them, put them in a steam bag and then lay them out to dry and then do it all again in an hour because it's been about 2 hours. An hour because you do it every 2 hours and it's been about an hour by now because, you know, you're running back and forth and you're trying to take care of a baby. It's just not practical. You think about exclusively pumping, I don't know how people do it because it's not practical at all. It's not working out. You know, I mean, formula isn't poison. I was formula fed and I'm alive. I'm not dead. I produced a pretty healthy kid, so I'd say I'm good. You know, you can't go through life and look at people and go, oh, I know they were breastfed, or oh, I know they were formula fed. So, I mean, as long as she's eating and she's healthy and she's good, that's all I care about. So she's been having to go to jaundice checks. She's had it but done. Excuse me. She's had it done about 5 or 6 times now. And from Thursday to Friday, I was discharged Thursday from the hospital. Friday, her levels doubled. It went from 15 to 17. And at the doctor's and then we had to go to the doctor's after we had that done at the hospital that day, on Friday. And, when we were discharged, she had already lost, 9 ounces, so she was 7 pounds 1 ounce when we left. Next day, she was 6 pounds and 7 ounces. She had lost, 10 ounces in a day. And I was just, like, freaking out, you know. And, the doctor said that was normal with jaundice, but that doesn't sound normal to me at all. But, you know, it was just, I think it was a combination of, you know, the jaundice and the, her not getting anything to eat. So we, went back Sunday morning for another, they call it bilirubin. It's a yellow pigmented red blood cell, and when you have when babies have high levels of jaundice, it turns them yellow because it's a yellow pigmented red blood cell. You know, there's red blood cells throughout your body, and when there's yellow pigmented ones, they turn you yellow. The doctor actually said that the other one, because we didn't see her regular doctor, we saw another one Saturday. He said when he first saw her, she's so yellow, she looked like a little Chinese baby. She was really yellow. She is like, I mean, she's orangish yellow. She looked like a freaking carrot. She looked like a carrot baby instead of Cabbage Patch doll, like Carrot Patch doll. And her levels had dropped down. She lost 2.5 points that she had because she went from 15 to 17. Or it was 2 points, something like that. She went from like 15 to 17 from Thursday to Friday, and from Friday to Saturday she went back down to 15 from 17. So they ordered another one just because 15 is still high for this morning, and we went and had that done, and then they called and she's down to 10, which is normal. So her jaundice is finally gone. And hey, people want to talk about formula feeding and say that it's bad, but as soon as I gave this kid formula, she started, you know, getting healthier. So, you know, breast milk is the best thing, but some women just can't do it. You know, I didn't think I'd be one of those people, but sorry, my boobs are starting to itch because I really need to, like, pump them or something and see how much I get. Because they're, like, really engorged. As you can tell, they're friggin', like, huge right now. Like, if you've seen my other videos, you know. I mean, of course you have. If you're watching this, it'd be kind of weird if you didn't watch my other videos, like my pregnancy one, but, or I guess it's not weird, I don't know, but, yeah, you know, most of you know that my boobs are not this size, naturally. I'm like, I have it on a 34B bra, but, I'm pretty sure they're bigger than that, because they're, like, busting out of it. So yeah, I haven't pumped since, like, 8 o'clock last night, so, yeah, I need to, after this video, but, so yeah, her levels are down. We go for a 2-week checkup next week, right before Thanksgiving, so I think she's good. She's pulled out of it. She's good. It was scary at first, but, because jaundice can cause brain damage, and, like, she was getting towards 20 when they really start to, like, you know, freak out about it. So she'd have to go, like, have a blanket to sleep in, like, the light blanket thing that they use, which is good. You know, I just kept making sure she's going to the bathroom and all that. So she's good. I know as of Friday she weighed, or as of Saturday she weighed 6 pounds 7 ounces. So, excuse me. I don't know what she is now. I bet she's gained a little bit in the past couple days. So she's doing really good now. She is the calmest, like, most well-behaved baby in the world. Like, I feel kind of bad because that I have a calm baby because I'm such a calm person already, and her screaming doesn't bother me, you know. When she gets really, and it's rare that she does, but when she gets really upset, like if I miss some of her feeding cues, and she gets, you know, to crying because she's hungry, or when she gets her diaper changed, and she's just like, she's good sometimes with it, and then sometimes it like completely freaks her out. I don't know if it's just because there are times when I change her and she doesn't get cold, and there are other times when it's like freezing in my room or cold wherever I'm at, I'm changing her, and it's kind of like, you know, they don't like that cold burst. But yeah, all that, when she does get hysterical, it doesn't freak me out, it doesn't make me mad. Like, I just figure out what she wants, and I kind of tune out the crying, so that's why it makes me feel bad that I have such an easy baby, because, like, there are people who cannot handle crying at all, and I honestly think that's pathetic, because it's not that difficult, you know. But there are people who have, you know, short tempers, and they also have really difficult babies, and they have babies that wake up every 2 hours, babies that don't sleep, babies that scream on hours, on end for no reason, and she don't do that. She sleeps, eats, and goes to the bathroom, and that's it. She's awake for a certain amount of time. Like, she'll eat, and then go to sleep for, like, about 2 hours, be awake for a little bit, and that's when I catch her feeding cues, and then she eats like 30 minutes, an hour after she wakes up and is alert, you know. She doesn't stay alert that doesn't happen like on a regular, but she's alert sometimes. She doesn't sleep all the time, you know. But she's just so calm, and like in the middle of the night she don't wake up. Like at night, during the day she goes 2.5 to 3 hours between feedings, and then at night she goes 4 or 5 hours. So I just got blessed with a really, really good baby, so that makes it a lot easier to take care of her. But even with an easy baby, pumping is just not easy. I don't like being tied to a pump. I don't like it at all. I feel like that damn thing owns me. I feel like freaking slave to it. So yeah, that's all about her. That's really all I have to talk about her. So she's doing really good. And me. Alright, let's talk about me. Warning. I'm just gonna put a warning before this is about to get TMI. Because it's talking about, you know, body changes during postpartum, so if you don't want to hear that, I would advise you to now leave this video. Okay, so, postpartum. Really, really, really weird things go on postpartum. It's just like your body is just so, like, trying to get back to normal, you know, trying to get back to, like, get used to not being pregnant because you're pregnant for 9 to 10 months, and then all of a sudden you're not pregnant anymore, and your body's like, what do I do? You know, it's a sudden shock. Which is the same when you get pregnant. You know, all of a sudden you're not pregnant, and you're pregnant, and your body just, that's why you have so many symptoms in the beginning, because of the hormone shock. And then your body gradually gets used to it, and then all of a sudden again, hormone shock, and you're not pregnant. I don't know why I keep coughing. I keep feeling like chocolate's in my throat. So yeah, it's just like, it didn't really make me emotional. I haven't really been like emotional. Actually, I kind of have. I've been a little weepy. Like last night, I was watching The Walking Dead, and I just started imagining like that happening right now, like, because they were showing the part, if you watch The Walking Dead, where like the governor was looking at that shed, and there were like messages like scrawled out to people, like, we found so and so's dead, meet us, and then that was crossed out, and like, so and so is here, find us here, you know, like just stuff like that. And I don't know, it just hit me, you know. I just started thinking like that was so sad that, like, if you really think about what people like are going through, all the death and the tragedy about how, like, if something like that ever happened, we would never recover from it. That would be the end of humanity. I don't see how we would be able to recover from something like that. That would be the end of the world, you know. Maybe that's why in Revelations it talks about the dead rising. So, you know, maybe zombie apocalypse is, if the Bible is true, which I believe it is, maybe it's, you know, zombie apocalypse, that's where all them stories came from, because it does say in the Bible that in the end times the dead will rise. So, that just, like, scared me, and I was just thinking about all that, and it was so sad, and I thought, like, you know, with, like, her, like, can you imagine going through something like that with a baby, you know, and, like, I don't know. Maybe it sounds stupid to somebody else, but it just made me really emotional thinking about that. So I've been kind of weepy. I don't really get angry. I'm not an angry person. I'm just laid back, and then sometimes I'll just be like, oh my god, I want to cry over something stupid. And then body changes. Of course, after, you know, you would have a baby, you bleed a lot. You bleed a lot the first couple of days. I mean, every time you go to the bathroom, it looks like a freaking crime scene. It's disgusting, and it's horrible. And, I mean, I would get up to go to the bathroom, and blood would just be, like, running down my legs. Like, it looked like something out of a horror movie. It's disgusting. And then it starts to go away, and then, I don't know if this is true for everybody, this is what happened for me. The bleeding starts to get lighter and lighter, and then, for me, it came back full force. Not full force, no, dear God, not full force. But it came back, and now it's just like a heavy period, which is supposed to last 4 to 6 weeks. So, I guess I get You know, they say it's like, it's cool being pregnant because you don't have a period for 9 months yet. Well, once you have your baby, then you get stuck with like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, between 4 and 6, rounds of periods because, you know, you have, your period's about a week, so, you know, 4 to 6 weeks, that's like 4 to 6 periods, so, you don't get slammed with the whole 9 months, but get hit pretty hard with it, so, that part sucks, and then, oh, ooh, this is gross, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway, you also pass blood clots, you know, which is like a clot, a blackish ball, they can be smaller, but, you know, a blood that clots up, before it comes out, and, like, they tell you different numbers, or different sizes, but at my hospital, if you have lemon-sized clots, then that's when you call, but, I came in here to get her this morning after I went to the bathroom, and I just, like, my, like, body involuntarily had, like, a little, like, contraction, and I felt something, like, come out, and I was like, what was that? And so I, like, ran to the bathroom, and it was, like, a golf ball-sized clot, and it was disgusting, and that was the only time it happened, and I hope that doesn't happen again, because, when you have golf-sized balls of, like, blood fall out of you, that's kind of scary. That will really freak you out. Yeah, nasty, disgusting things happen during postpartum, and your body is just going crazy and just trying to figure out what the hell it's doing. Another thing, of course, your boobs fill up with milk and get huge, and then they will dry up if you let them or you breastfeed. They get pretty engorged. They actually, it's really weird. They feel like rocks. Like, you know when somebody gets a boob job and, like, their boobs are, like rocks, you know? That's what they feel like. It's really, really uncomfortable. And they leak, so you have to put, you know, like, nursing, pads on. So you have to put on pads for, yeah, put on a pad for your vagina, you gotta put on pads for your boobs. It's just like, once you have a baby, everything just starts to, like every hole in your body just starts to leak. So, that's nice. Because when I say every hole, I mean every hole. I mean, you just start having, like when you go, number 2, it's, like, really, like, kind of gross and liquidy, and then, like, I've noticed I have a lot of extra saliva, and, like, except for my nose. My nose hasn't really been runny, but pretty much every hole in your body leaks after you have a baby, so if you're planning to have kids, get ready for that. Because after your postpartum, nobody tells you about these things, so I'm telling you now because I like to be straightforward. Because nobody told me this, and it's like the unspoken secrets of postpartum. And then also you get really sweaty, and like it doesn't smell like your normal. It smells like body odor, of course, but it doesn't smell like you. Like you smell like an old, fat 40-year-old like pervert that like eats deli meat and like McDonald's all day, and it's just, and then you kind of smell like kind of like soured milk that's like weak, and it's just like, oh, it's disgusting. I mean, like if I put on, you know, I don't smell like that all the time. I mean, like, if your armpits get sweaty, then you like, for me, like, it's not my whole body, it's just like my underarms, like that's what it smells like, and like, so I just have to make sure that I go crazy with the deodorant more than I have to. You know, I noticed that overnight, if I let myself get sweaty and I dress too hot, that's when I notice it. Or if I forget to put on deodorant because I'm laying around the house all day and like, you know, nobody, like I've got a baby, like, yeah, that's gross to not remember to put on deodorant, but I mean, come on, as a kid, like, that's the least thing on my mind is worrying about putting on deodorant because I smell like a fat pervert. But I mean, your body just smells really, like, you just get sweaty and gross, and you know, there's a lot of gross odors that are surrounding you because you're leaking, you're sweating, you're bleeding, so it's expected. Backaches, and I haven't really felt my stitches unless I don't put on Dermoplast. If I don't put on my Dermoplast and it's like a numbing spray, ooh, I feel them, and they sting. But other than that, and then, oh, like my back and my neck, I don't know if it's just because I'm always kind of hunched over. I don't know if it's because holding, a 6, 7 pound kid all the time and lugging the kid around and lugging the diaper bag around and all that. I don't know if that's just, ooh, crap, that felt good. It hurts really better now. But it's my neck and my neck and my shoulders and my back hurts so bad. It really hurts. I need like a deep tissue massage. I need somebody to just like go ham on a massage for me. Like that'd be amazing. And then another thing, I've noticed like my pubic bone is like it feels like it's bruised. Like that's really uncomfortable. And sometimes like I'll sit down and I'll be like, oh, that really hurts to move. That really really hurt. So yeah, I've been in and out a lot. Most people they stay home the first weeks or so, but I mean I had to be at the hospital every morning, like 3 days straight for bilirubin checks, and then I had to be the doctor. Like you can't, when you have things like that going on, you can't stay home. So I may have pushed myself a little too hard because there were things I started noticing that I didn't notice didn't happen right away, and then they started happening. So I've been really trying to rest so hard. Like, I have to take her for tests. I have to take her to the doctor. I got an appointment with Wick tomorrow. I mean, when you have a baby that's got a problem and needs to be seen a lot, can't you can't sit down and rest. It's not possible. And then like hair. They talk about how your hair falls out during post she's stretching. How your hair falls out postpartum. It's not falling out. It's like thicker than it's ever been, which is cool. And my nails are growing really fast. It's really weird. You don't expect those things to happen, but those are the nice things, I guess, about it. And anything else about me I want to mention? Oh, I'm missing a big part. What happens to your stomach after you don't have a baby? It doesn't, of course, it does not go completely down because your uterus does not just like after you have a baby. I mean, it has to gradually get smaller and smaller until it's back to its regular size, which is I think like a golf ball. I think that's the size your uterus is or something like that. And it's gotta like shrink and it's gotta get back down into your pelvis. The first day that I had her, after I had her, I looked about 6 or 7 months pregnant. About a couple days later, I looked about, it was my 7 or 8, and then I looked 5 or 6, and then it's gotten smaller and smaller, and I was about 4 months pregnant, and now I don't really look pregnant at all. Maybe a little, maybe like you would think I looked like 3 or 4 months pregnant, but it's more, but at the same time, right now I look like, if you looked at me, you'd be like, is she pregnant, or is she just like chubby in the stomach? Like it's at that point. So I don't look pregnant, but I do. It's like when people don't know if somebody is or not. My stretch marks. I haven't even been using my bio oil because like with a baby, that's the last thing on your mind. But I noticed they're fading a lot on their own. The ones on my stomach, they're just like shrinking, and they're like not really bad at all. They're starting to disappear, and which I'll show you my stomach in a minute, even though it's still kind of gross and but I guess I'll go ahead and do it. And then my belly button is really really ugly right now. It hasn't gone back in. It's actually kind of gone out, and it's like dark brown. It looks really really awkward. It looks like a nipple. It's just ew. But yeah, so yeah, my stomach is I'd say within a couple weeks, hopefully I'll be my stomach won't be as big. I'm gonna start doing exercises. I'm not big on the whole eating healthy thing, but if you exercise and do good workouts, it doesn't really matter what you eat because you're gonna be burning it off. As long as you're not overeating. I don't overeat. I actually, another postpartum thing, I lost my appetite a little. I'm not really hungry. I get hungry I eat once or twice a day. Eating 3 times a day is pretty rare. Excuse me. I've been burping a lot too. I don't know if that's another postpartum thing. I don't know. But it's just, and then, one more body change I want to talk about. And I think that'll be it. Body changes. Yeah. And then another thing, throughout pregnancy, my butt has gotten big. Crap, my phone's dying, but my butt's gotten pretty big and my hips got wider. I used to be a 3 in jeans, and I try to wear jeans, and they don't fit. And that makes me sad, because before I got pregnant, I bought a lot of jeans, and then I couldn't wear them because I was pregnant. You know, I wore them for the first, couple months, until they don't fit me, because my butt's too big. And, my sister had some 4.5s. They didn't fit me either. They got up a little higher. They got almost up around. They got up around my butt, barely. The 3s didn't even come past my upper thighs. But the 4.5s kind of looked like when a fat girl wears jeans that are too small for her and her butt crack is out. That's what the 4.5s look on me. So I don't know. I might be a size 7 in jeans now because my butt is so big and my hips are so wide. But then I'm really you'll see I have that curve in my back and my stomach's going down and it'll be flat soon. So, and then these might go away when I let my milk dry up. But I don't know. I could have a pretty nice figure after my stomach goes away, and I look pretty good even with my stomach still being kind of the way it is. But if it was a little smaller, I don't really like how I look, you know. Besides my stomach, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I feel pretty good about myself. I've bounced back pretty fast, physically. Not completely, 100%, but I'd say about 90%. I feel great. I feel normal, you know, besides the neck and the back aches. I don't know if it's just the way it's sitting. Maybe it'll go away in a week. Maybe in a week I'll figure out if it's just the way I'm sitting or if it's just a postpartum thing. So, those are all the body change and postpartum things from me that I want to talk about, and then I will show you what I look like now after having her and being a week postpartum. So I'm going to go over her down. Ooh, another thing, my butt gets really sore when I sit for a while. I don't know. I think that's the thing. I think just, you know, everything down there, it's kind of bruised, you know, and it's been 6 days, so I'm not completely healed, so you're going to watch me struggle like an old person to get up. Oh, ow. I know I'm always wearing bump shots. I wasn't in the camera, but I think I'm good now. So let's turn this side. This is what I look like. You know. It's just normal clothes on. Just have a tank top on right now. I've been trying to wear bigger shirts so that this is covered. And then, see, it's still it's a little flabby. I can't suck it in all the way, but that's because my uterus hasn't shrunk all the way, and I'm really itchy down here. You can see, especially when I go like this, the stretch marks are kind of indented, but I think when my stomach flattens down, because when I do this, see, when I go like this, you can't even see my stretch marks. A little closer. You can't even see them when I go like that. So when my skin stretches back out and shrinks, and then my belly button, hopefully that'll go away. And then maybe just the stretch marks on my sides. Those are worse, but they're fading a lot. This is really weird because it's jiggly, you know, chug, but when it just won't suck in at all. But I think it'll be good in about a week, 2 weeks, definitely by 4 months postpartum. I'm pretty sure that this will be down. I will be back to my regular self. But so far, I'm really happy with it. And this video has probably been really long, but I've had a lot to talk about. And yeah, you're awesome if you watched the whole thing, because I probably wouldn't have done that. So thank you guys for watching, and let's see, I will have a 2-week postpartum video next week, and I'll talk about her doctor's visit. And I just want to apologize for not having a diaper bag thing, and for not doing 39 and 40 week. It just, when you get towards the end of the pregnancy, you just like, I just want to lay and sleep all day, and chill. But yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.